Hi Mihi, this is Fancy, and I think you have more than a good start here. So as I'm looking across your triptychs, of course you're trying to achieve fire and water, and you're starting out with more fire here and moving more toward water here on the right side. So from the left, fire moving into water, from focus to out of focus as you move across the three panels. And you've chosen an extended chroma bridge, and you are using hand-painted tiles, um, and it looks like you have, this looks like something a little different here in the center than you have here in the others. Anyway, we'll get to that. So you're using these diamond shapes, these diamond points of emphasis, it looks like, and you're gradating from, sometimes gradating between the stimulus and afterimage colors. Sometimes you're gradating within one of the perceptual opposites to tints, or from one perceptual opposite to shades, and then again sometimes combining them. Also, I see for me that you're gradating in size. So these diamonds start out really big and they progress or gradate to a smaller size. The panel that doesn't unify the most for me at this point is this one. I think I would simplify it a bit if you are thinking about kind of gradating from large shapes to small shapes. So I would have large shapes here, medium shapes here, and small shapes here. So I would probably actually eliminate maybe the smaller shape, or shift it so that it's more, it's placed mostly on this, or at least say 3/4 or 2/3 of it are mostly on this panel rather than this panel. And I would concentrate on dividing this into large panels that are this shape. So this shape or this size diamond is repeated here. And it also looks like this is a very similar size, or it could be. And then these diamond shapes here, these medium size, I think this one could go a little bit larger. So if these are this size, then I think the mediums could be this size, and then the small ones could be this size. So this one could go a little bit larger. And you also want to watch out for kind of these odd shapes here. This seems like it could be a ground, as does this one. But I think if you divided this first panel up more systematically into larger shapes, that would be fine. It's okay if they're overlapping. You just don't want to have kind of strange negative spaces where they overlap. You want it to be as consistent with the diamond shape as possible. Now you're trying to create fire, and you get that when you place the perceptual opposites next to each other. So this isn't placed next to the perceptual opposite. It's pretty close. I believe this is your perceptual opposite. So maybe you could make sure that some of this color is also on this side of the diamond, so it goes off here and here, but you have some here. And really, you do want smaller amounts. Well, what you're working on, to me, is having everything fire here and everything water here, or for the most part. So a little tiny bit of water here, a little bit of fire here, and maybe kind of a blend of the two in between. I'm not sure if that really fits in with the strict definition of fire and water, but I think it could work in this case. Or what you could do is still have your division of shapes going from large in this panel to medium to small, but really shoot for water across all panels and strategically place small amounts of fire throughout all three panels to carry the eye forward. In fact, that might be a really good way to go. So what do you think about that? So again, having movement across the panels through gradation of shape, as well as the gradation within the points of emphasis, but also having water mostly across all of the panels and strategically place smaller amounts of fire. I'll be interested in knowing your thoughts.